Closer, but not too much. US President Barack Obama was in the same room as the Prime Minister of Myanmar's military government, but he didn't speak directly with Thein Sein or shake his hand. This first ever US-ASEAN summit set the stage for another sign of Washington's decision to engage with the generals. Obama personally called for the release of the estimated 2,000 political prisoners, including his fellow Nobel Peace Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi. Aung San Suu Kyi is the personification of Myanmar opposition to the military dictatorship. She's been under house arrest for 14 of the past 20 years, even though her party won elections back in 1989. This is the scene in Myanmar itself. For years, the US and EU have used the stick of sanctions to pressure the military government to improve its human rights record and make democratic reforms. So its economy is nowhere near as developed as most of its neighbours in Southeast Asia. Children under the age of 5 die at rates comparable to those in Somalia and Sudan, but it only gets a fraction of the aid that those countries receive. Obama admits that isolating Myanmar has done nothing to improve the lives of ordinary people here. And there's another geopolitical reason why Washington is rethinking its approach: because of China. It's making huge investments here and elsewhere around the world, no questions asked. And so Beijing's soft power has expanded while Washington's has shrunk. Now the Obama administration wants to increase its diplomatic leverage in Myanmar and elsewhere, effectively saying no nation is a pariah and that diplomacy should be about talking to governments, even those that are deeply antagonistic to Washington. Henry Tun is a Myanmar immigrant who's lived in Singapore for 20 years. He's encouraged by the change in US policy and wants ASEAN to follow suit.
Hoping that ASEAN could also going along with the US policy. That was very much important that all the parties have the same approach and direction to make our country progress and escape from the deadlock.
It's not clear what the actual rewards of this new policy will be or how soon the more than 50 million people of Myanmar will benefit. Veronica, Pedrosa, Al Jazeera, Singapore.